We got a lot of football news happening right now in the moment. So if you guys will allow me, remember last week we told you about C.J. Gardner-Johnson left Philly, went to Detroit, and spoke out about the lunatic Eagle fans. Oh, I didn't realize this is first in football? Yeah. Great! Well, that's why we're doing that. It's Monday. Unfortunately, he has come down with what they are calling a non-contact knee injury. His first practice with the Detroit Lions. That typically means torn ACL, Greg.
Yeah, this is unfortunate because the Lions, if there was one area that they were looking to improve, it was in their defensive secondary. He is in one of the best that we've seen do it. Last year, we saw what he did with the Eagles.
Big part of that defense.
Unfortunate that this happened. I hate to see
but
it.
anytime you hear non-contact knee injury, it means he took a step and the ACL went, and that's unofficial, but that's exactly what it's going to be, and we've seen it too much. And that's why every NFL field should be switched to grass, and you got to get rid of the turf. All right, second and football, Josh Jacobs. Well, Josh Jacobs, as you know, has not signed the franchise tag, and he's ticked off about it. And reports are that he and the Raiders are very, very far apart, not very, very close, which is what we first thought last week when he was apparently sitting in his car in the parking lot with Max Crosby. Now we find out that they are very, very far apart. Well, that doesn't make Davante Adams happy. He needs Josh Jacobs, and he said so. That's a mature veteran and a guy who recognizes that he needs this guy for him to have a big year, for the team to be really good, which makes me say out loud, hey, Danny Jones! Are you paying attention? And that too. Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah, like it's what you alluded to earlier in the show. First, Danny Jones took all the money, all right, and had no thought whatsoever about if I take $1 million or $2 million less, I could get my guy signed up who's instrumental in my success. But Davante Adams just showed you how you are a team leader. He said nothing bad about the organization. He said, I want this guy here, and I want to do my best to help him through this process. That's leadership. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the reason why you say these types of things is what you alluded to. It is hard to win at an elite level, let alone be a team that can say we're trying to win and play for a championship season. And you don't have your best player or one of your best players. Yes, we understand what he led the league in rushing, but this not only impacts their running game, it impacts their passing game.
Bingo.
That's why you got your number one wide receiver saying, look, we need this guy. I need this guy selfishly because if he's on the field, I'm on the field, we are at our greatest strength, and that is a problem for a lot of opposing defense.
Oh, but good news, Daniel Jones. You got Colt Beasley and James Robinson. Woohoo!
Celebrate!
Yeah, it's ticked me off from day one because don't tell me that Daniel Jones would not have signed that contract for $79 million guaranteed in the first 2 years as opposed to 81. It was very, very selfish. And the fact that he has not come out yet means one of two things. He's not a great leader, or nobody knows where he is and no one's interviewed him yet. Because he's not an out-and-about type of guy. You know, he's one of those guys that's kind of like undercover and just shows up for practices, that kind of thing. Anyhow, bad stuff in Vegas, bad stuff in New York regarding their running backs, which brings me to third and football, Josh Allen. How about Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Bills, saying, I've seen a different Josh this offseason. I love when coaches talk like this. Not that it was bad before, but he's got a new sense of focus. Yeah, he dumped his girlfriend. We know what's going on.
Got a new one.
And I would say determination, which is good. Now, we all know the offseason nonsense with Diggs and Allen and how the season ended last year with the embarrassing playoff loss at home to the Cincinnati Bengals and McDermott saying it is a real concern, blah, blah, blah. But that quote from McDermott, Josh Allen's been a rock star since he came into the league. He's been fantastic. They've won the division 3 consecutive years, right? Now, I know a lot of people think Josh Allen and his red zone offense and his risk-taking is part of the reason they've not yet, gotten to the Super Bowl and, of course, had that crazy AFC Championship game against Kansas City. But, I mean, what are we doing?
So this is always tough when you're dealing with an athlete that is so talented, especially a quarterback that has a big arm that can make any and every throw wherever he is on the field. You have to try to reel in that risks. those risks that he's willing to take that other quarterbacks aren't willing to take. The reason why you love him is because they work out sometimes and they make for big plays. But when you hate them is what we've seen last year. They cause your defense to be put in tough situations and they hurt you overall as a team. Red zone interceptions. Again, if you haven't watched the Netflix series,
he throws the ball away a lot.
Like, you got to watch it because Patrick Mahomes threw a red zone interception in that series, and the first thing that his quarterback coach comes up and say, Matt Nagy, look, we know you can't do that. You know you can't do that. Not in the red zone. It is critical to come away with points, and Josh Allen, he led the league in red zone interceptions. You cannot do that when you're considered one of the best quarterbacks.
He also led the league in total turnovers, which includes fumbles. His number was 19. Obviously, Dak led him in interceptions with 15 and only played 12 games. He led total turnovers with 19. We are getting more information right now. If you are just tuning in, Nyheim Hines, who's one of the collective of running backs for the Buffalo Bills, is now out for the year.
Big return.
The story that is now coming out, and I'm just going to give it to you. You tell me if you buy it on face value or not. It was an off-the-field, away-from-the-facility injury that was not life-threatening but was serious, that requires surgery. The story goes like this. He was sitting stationary on a jet ski. Jet ski was not moving, in other words, right?
Okay.
When another jet ski rider plowed into his jet ski and hit him. And the resulting accident is him needing immediate emergency surgery that is serious enough he is out for the year.
Yeah, well, that's tough.
Yikes.
Regardless if that is the story or not, it's always tough.
I don't think you make that one up. That sounds like
that's elaborate.
There's
you
a
want
lot
to tell me I fell down the stairs?
There's a lot that gets made up.
That might be a little fishy.
You
right?
know,
No,
and
you
you
fell
know.
downstairs. I might buy that.
You know when your contract has that little red writing. That's
No jet skiing.
No jet skiing.
No motorcycle riding.
You're not allowed to jet ski?
No.
Motorcycles, I understand.
Yeah,
no
no jet
ski.
skiing.
So when you
Really?
suffer an injury,
How could you get hurt jet skiing?
Look at it.
That's
out.
Yeah, but he wasn't jet skiing.
He was on a jet ski.
Well, but now, so here's what the rub's going to be. If you're just sitting on it, does that count as riding it?
the likelihood,
right?
if you're
Like if
sitting
some
on a
other
jet ski,
dude,
if you're sitting on a jet ski,
question.
you was riding a jet ski.
It's a fair
but
question.
let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Why is he
Craig.
riding a jet ski 2 days before training camp?
Because he's on vacation. He's getting the last little taste of vacation.
No, he needs to be his
Great
best.
answer, great answer, great answer.
He needs to be getting ready to come to training
Stop
camp.
it! You know you were getting all out. When you're right up against training camp, you're allowing yourself to experience the last little excitement and enjoyment.
Well, first of all,
and happiness
I lived
that
in
you get,
Miami
freedom.
for 20 years, so I didn't need all this and all that. I was cool.
Meanwhile, fourth in football for you. I love Madden football. I played it yesterday. I got shut out by my son, which is another story for another day.
It happens.
It happens.
My son is
Yeah, but
better
I
than
was
me
the
too.
Chiefs. He was the Jets. Actually, I made a positive out of a negative. That's how good the Jets are.
You got shut out.
Patty threw 4 interceptions in the first half, and I shut the game off. That being said, a little concerned about this, not going to lie to you. Dak Prescott has a higher rating than Aaron Rodgers in Madden football. Dak is an 87, Aaron is an 86. Not happy about that. And I know it doesn't mean a damn thing.
It doesn't,
but I'm not happy
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, y'all put too much in them little
Video games? I'm sorry. It means something.
It means no.
Yeah.
Okay. It means something.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you upset because
I'm a little upset.
See, now
Yeah.
to me that doesn't mean nothing because we know it's not right. We know it's not right and we know it's not accurate. So why are you upset about something?
So why do they have him lower than Dak Prescott?
So people that never played the game of football is ranking people.
Yeah.
That's what kills me. You got people that never play the game of football ranking people. So what? They don't know nothing.
People that do rankings never played the game.
They never played the game.
Never played the game.
Did you see who they was picking? I saw the whole thing, who they was picking.
Yeah.
And the sports writers or this guy, that guy, these guys, they never seen Madden before. They young enough, they never seen Madden. They like 24 years old.
Madden got one thing right, Tim, and Tim and I were talking about this late last night. Daniel Jones is a 75. And that one they got right. for a guy that you think is a top 10 quarterback. Look how you're holding it. Don't express change.
What did he just say? It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't. Y'all take into context all this
His
stuff.
top 10 quarterbacks is 75.
Look, he's top 10 with 26.
Have you ever seen football before?
Occasionally.
Yeah, okay, just checking. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.